Well, I think if you've paid attention over the summer, obviously, on a personal level, people are getting worried about their data, but businesses are no different. I mean, since the start, things started going online, you have people who have wanted after that data, and businesses are facing that exact same problem. So it is prevalent, and the trend is continuing to go up. With the boardroom, trying to understand cybersecurity, that's been a challenge. A lot of people don't speak tech. A lot of people got there by understanding the business, right? And that's a challenge that's still being faced. What was surprising, recently we did a survey and found that a relatively high percentage of people responding indicated that their boards thought they understood information security and the threat, right? And I find that to be surprising. I think that's somewhat worrying, actually, because the boards I've talked to, they generally don't understand it. And so there may be a perception, we are aware that hacking is a bad thing and that we're scared of it. But as to how our business would be affected and what we're doing about it, I don't know that a lot of boards do understand that. And that is a communication breakdown between usually the CIO or CTO and the rest of the board. So it's that inability to communicate the technology stuff and translate it into money and what that impact is. And I think there's a tremendous opportunity there too. So again, if you're in that space and translating that language, I think there's plenty of boards out there that could use it. If you're a small business and you want to understand where to start, I think you should probably start with risk. And if you don't have a good grasp of how this information security threat, the cyber threat, affects your business specifically, that's something you want to get a handle on before you try to act on it. And I think that's a mistake that a lot of businesses are making right now, is simply jumping to something called best practice, which, I mean, if you're following the news, a lot of the big companies that are going above and beyond best practice are still getting hacked. They're still having these breaches. And if that's the case, then what's best practice doing for you specifically? I think it's important for an organization to understand their threat profile, what their assets are like, what their exposures are, and how they can mitigate those specific to them. I would say that cybersecurity has definitely moved beyond just IT. I think that people recognize that it's information that they're trying to protect. Cyber is a sexier word for it, right? But it's not helping people understand the bigger problem. So information security is probably a better way of understanding it. And in doing so, you're enabling more people, a broader reach in the organization to tackle that problem. So information technology is one small part of it, but people generally are the thing that let you down. So everyone in the business has that opportunity not only to do the right thing, but to do the wrong thing. So it's certainly moved beyond just the IT department. If I were to make one change for every organization, it would be in their understanding of risk. And a lot of organizations are starting to grasp that. Standards are starting to move past just the checkbox audit checklists and try to really understand risk in business terms, make it useful for businesses. So it would be a grasp of the risk landscape as opposed to just the control checkboxes. I would say focus on that first and then move into your control space.